And we'll start on the floor. Really simple with a hamstring stretch. And you could use your loose band or booty band. Doesn't really matter. Sometimes I like just to hold the booty band comfortably with my hands like so. And as you know, you can try the straight leg option, which is to press the heel up to the ceiling, straighten the leg and pull towards your chest, or soften the knee a little bit, keep that same angle and pull it to the chest as well. So you can just test and see what works for you. And both versions, that little resistance of the tailbone, I always say. Check in that your shoulders are not over recruiting any more than they need to be, and just focus on some deep breathing. I hope you all had a really nice Christmas. As quick as it comes, now it's gone. But I hope you had a really nice time with those. They're special to you. Now just breathe, give it a little bit more, a little extra here. Good. 10 more seconds, and then we will change sides. Give it a little more pull. And slowly ease out of that and change legs. Okay. All right. Now, feeling particularly stiff today. It does feel different not to run the other online classes this week and not be as active. And the muscles certainly let you know that they feel a little bit stiffer. Good work. Keep breathing. And I think what I might be doing next week is, rather than not having a class on a Tuesday night, I might run one on a Monday night. So just keep an eye out for that. I've just got to check in with some other clients what they're doing. But I might have the space on Monday afternoon around 5:30 to be able to run another class. All right, and slowly ease out of that. Pop the band to the side, and let's get into your back stretch. So if you want to ease into your back stretch today, have your arms to a T, knees together, feet together, and gently take your knees to one side, stacking the feet, and just have a feel of that. Keep your head centered, the torso centered, the shoulders stay on the back of the mat. And then recenter and do the other side. Stacking the feet, but keeping your top part of your body anchored to the mat. And feel like you sort of stretch the outer leg longer than the bottom leg, but they stay connected. And then recenter, or you can take the one leg out straight and then bring the other knee across the body like so. Okay, and turn your head in the other direction. Now, if you're doing this one, we're going to hang here for a little longer. If you're doing your side knees, you can go at a gentle pace that works for you. Focus on the breath. And a real sense of letting go where you feel restricted. And I'm going to slowly come out of my version and change sides. Easing into it. Another 10, 15 seconds here. and slowly come out of that. Place your hands by your hips on the floor. And now let's get into the spine, flexion and extension. We're going to do our roll up. So press the hips into the mat, roll the spine up with control, lengthen the knees away from the hips. Hold at the top for a big breath in and breathe out as you let the ribs come down, one vertebra at a time. So really just slowly easing ourselves back into it. Pelvic floor on now as we roll up. Keep it on as we then come back down. Try not to rush the move and try to push through not only the lower spine, but also articulate through the upper spine as we come up slowly. And just keep repeating. Two more. And I'm just going to really slow pace. Last one here. Bringing it up. And nice work. All right, let's go gentle arms. One leg in tabletop position. Draw those ribs down as you bring the other leg up. And just give me some single toe taps. Really paying attention to the lower back as your foot lowers, that is not lifting off the mat. Really nice and gentle. Sometimes it's really good just to go back to basics, but get a greater focus on getting that transverse abdominis muscle doing its job here. Breathing out as you go down, 6 down, 4 to go. A real lightness to the legs. Last 2. Nice. And then hug your knees, pull them in towards your chest a little bit, rounding the lower back, stretching through the lower spine. And we're going to prepare ourselves to go into a bridge. Okay, so you can come out of that now, feet down on the mat. For the more advanced, have your arms float up to the ceiling, press those heels into the floor. Let's bridge, nice and simple. Okay, just hold it here for 10 seconds there for me. And just feel a sense that you're trying to push the heels into the floor more, even though they kind of don't. Okay. And then I'm going to get you just to land it here. Good. And I'm going to bring my hands back to the floor, come up to the bridge again. And now we're going to do our toe taps in our bridge, combining them together here. So I'm transferring the load to my left foot as I bring the right leg up. And we're going to toe tap from here, up and down. If you don't like the bridge, just drop the bridge and do the toe tap itself on one side. And then follow us when we change the other. 3 down, keep going. 4, we're going to go to 8. 5, 6, make sure you're not overarching your back. 7, I'm going to give you a little rest off this number 8 here, so you can land it. Bring the foot back down. Take a minute or a moment. Transfer the weight. So bridge first with both feet on, but now transfer the weight to the other heel. And let's go again. Okay, so 8 repetitions. I mean, for control through the hips, they shouldn't be bouncing to the sides or moving up and down. 3 down. 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8 here. Bring it up, land it, and then come back down. Okay, so we'll come up into our tabletop position again when you're ready. Okay, diagonal toe taps. So my foot drifts side out to the side of my mat as I lower it down, and I bring it back to the center. Alternate, do the other leg now, sideways and down. So it's not just out to the side, there's a little lengthening away from the pelvis. And now your hips will want to move side to side. Can you focus the bony bit at the back of your hips there? Can side, a little more control for me. Two more. Good. And then rest your feet. Grab your booty band and pop it through your feet around your knees. And we're going to get into the external rotators of your glutes. So have your feet hip width apart for me. Stay there on the mat. Keep a centered pelvis and widen your knees out, pushing into the resistance of the band, and then coming in a little and then going back out again. So just give me 5 of those. And pay attention if one leg is dominating more than the other. If it is, try to lead with the non-dominant leg into the move. Not too fast, so thinking. All right, coming up to number 5 now. I'm going to advance the move and we'll do it in a bridge. If you choose, you can stay down. So bridge up now. Tuck the ribs under and then go again here. Try to keep your core on to keep the load balanced between the back and the glutes. And again, not rushing and focusing on the non-dominant side being more dominant. Simple moves, slow and controlled. 5 more. Getting back to basics. 4, 3, 2, last one here. And now land the hips down. We'll feel those. Okay, take a moment. Back to our diagonal toe taps with the booty band. Bring your legs up. Okay, so now you've got something that is really going to throw your sacrum off center. You're going to have to work a little harder through your obliques. Ready? Let's go diagonal and down. Try to keep the other leg from not moving as well. Swap, do the other side. And again, not rushing it. I want to feel my back of my hips stay centered. And the non-moving leg is working gently through your thigh, but also it helps to activate your core muscles as it fights that load. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one here. And we're going to repeat our bridge series, or you can stay on the mat. Feet down, hips up or hips down. Keep the pelvis centered again as we widen the knees out and in, just slowly, because slow is going to hurt more. Fast is not. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me 2 more, and then we'll take that booty band off. So let's land it. Take the booty band off and pop it around your wrists. Straight up to the ceiling and create a little gentle fist. And remember, between the elbow and the shoulder, they remain stable and still as we push into the band with our wrists and bend at the elbow. And then straighten. When you look at your elbows, they'll tend to either go sideways or they'll bounce a bit to the thighs. So please just try from the shoulder to the elbows, staying completely still as you work through your arms and shoulders, but mostly triceps, the back of the arm. And you'll get maximum triceps if those joints are still, the elbow joint and the shoulder joint. 3 more. 2. And last one here. Good. Pop the booty band just down by your side. We'll come back to it in a moment. And bring your legs up one at a time again into tabletop position. We're going to advance the move to a single leg stretch. So we're going to slide one foot out, light as a feather, bring it in first, and then the other side. When you extend the lever of a movement, the opposite side, being the ribs and the upper body, will want to lift up off the mat, a bit like a seesaw approach. So keep it anchored by knitting the ribs together. All right, coming up to number 6. Maybe 4 more. The lower you go, the harder, but not if it means lifting off your back or lifting the back off the mat. Last 2. And again, hug your knees, pull them into your chest and give that lower back a little bit of a stretch again. Okay, so we're going to advance the straight leg and we're going to do it in a bridge. It's kind of got this combination thing happening. So feet down, lift into a bridge. Transfer your weight to the left heel and float your right leg up. And then keep that nice and still as you extend the leg out and in. 8 of these. So as that leg gets lower, the core and the glute have to work a little harder to keep stable. Halfway now, this is number 4. Watch that back bouncing. Number 5. 6. 7. And as we go depth, get that TA on. 8. Bring it in, land the hips, have a little rest. Again, you could do toe tap instead of the straight leg. All right, float the other leg up. Let's lift. And now let's extend out and in. So basically your torso, everything is still except for the moving leg. Press that right heel into the mat to keep the glute activated as well. This is number 6. 2 more. And last one here. And land it. Good work. Booty band, round 2, your triceps. For the more advanced, we will add a bridge in a moment. All right, find your position, press into the wrists, into the band, and let's go. 5 repetitions. And on the 6th one, we're going to add our bridge. Don't go too fast, yeah? Moves become sloppy. All right, this is number 5. For those that want to add a bridge, hips up, keep the bridge, and go 10 more. 10, 9, 8. I've got just as much focus on my glutes as I do my arm work. I'm squeezing my glutes with my brain, sending that message, and I'm pressing the heels into the floor. 3 more with your triceps, doing great. 2. And last one, nice work. Land it down. Let's come onto our tummy. Okay, so line on your abs. And then we're going to take one arm out to the side and you're going to rest your other head down onto the hand. And I want you to give me a thumbs up with the straight arm out to the side. Can you slide your shoulder blades down away from the ear? And I've got my right arm out straight. So I'm going to hover now and lift my right arm just to in line with the shoulder. And I want to feel like I gently squeeze a little bit through that rhomboid area. Good, keep hovering. And now rest. Good.
Go again. Shoulder blade down, away from the ears. Don't let it hike up. Just hover, focusing on the one shoulder blade, the thumbs up. Keep holding. And then back down. And then one more for me. Lift and hover. Just hold. Good. And rest, and all you'll do is change arms. I'm going to flip over to the other side so you won't see too much from here. Same move. Thumbs up. Let's lift now and just hold. And then rest. And then lift again. And that gentle pull of the shoulder blade towards the center of your spine. And then rest. One more for me. And lift up and hold. Just hover. Good. And then rest. Bring your arms down by your hips. Head is on the mat. Keep your hands on the mat, but can you roll your shoulder blades a bit like a shoulder shrug up to the ears, back, slide the shoulder blades down to the hips and hold it there. My hands are still on the mat. Now I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades gently towards each other and just hold that. Try to soften through the neck. Squeeze in between your rhomboids, or squeeze the rhomboid, should I say. And now collapse the shoulders and relax. Take a moment. Give me another shoulder shrug up to the ears, back behind, slide the shoulder blades to the hips, and then pinch your shoulder blades just gently together and hold. Keep holding there. Nice. And then relax, and we've got one more. All right. And shrug it up, back and down, and then pinch the shoulder blades. Just breathe, hold it there. Good. And then relax. Can you take your arms over your head? So they're reaching away from the body. And with your right leg, just simply lift it up off the floor, hover it. And then the left arm, hover. And now without moving your torso, bring the other leg up to hover and match. And then the arm, and now the head. So we're in this hovering position. Feel your spinal muscles, the pelvic floor, your tummy connect. Hold it. And then relax everything down. And now if you want to, you can go opposites, or you can bring it all up at once. All right, chin under. And strong through your center and your core. And lift all limbs up and the head and hold here again. About 10 seconds. Excuse me. Sorry, my voice is going crooked. Just keep holding. Squeeze the glutes a little bit there. And then we're going to relax. Now we'll advance now into our swimmers, where we're going to start to move the limbs. All right, when you're ready, find your hovering position. All right, and start to gently pulse through the arms and the legs. Squeeze the glutes and try to keep your torso as centered as you can. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Push yourself up. 4-point kneeling for me now. Okay. Excuse me. Very croaky today. So with the 4-point kneeling, remember, just a little tip with the fingers is not to press hard through the knuckles into the floor, but have them lifted off the floor and let the padding of your fingers take the load. We're going to take the left arm to come up. And then we're going to slide very slowly the right foot on the floor with a little lift. And can you just recenter, rebalance your body, shoulders away from the ears. the limbs are going to go sideways away from the body. So my left arm goes to the left, my right leg goes off to the right, and then I want you to recenter. Keep your torso as centered as you can as you repeat. Good. We're going to do 5. Keeping the reps a little low. First class back. 2, look ahead as well. Don't be looking down. And last one. And simply change sides. So slide the left foot out a little, right arm up. But then lift that leg up and center the pelvis. Look ahead and let's go 5 more. 4. The limbs feel really light as they move. 3. 2. And last one here. Come into child's pose. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms forward. Okay. Just give that a little reach, little stretch there for me. Breathe it out. Good. And then slowly come up a bit and sit up. Grab, if you have the option, the stronger of your long bands here for me. And I want you to sit up straight with the band around the soles of your feet here. And we're going to do a seated row. Okay. Really basic, just moves, but so good for you. I want a strong resistance, so I'm going to come down quite low, shortening the distance between my feet and the hands. My knees are a little bent here. Shoulders down away from the ears, and let's get into those rhomboids again, squeeze. So as you pull back, no rib flare, remember? I draw the ribs under as at the same time I'm pulling my elbows back and in. Now I want you to feel a wideness across your chest as you pull back now, opening through your shoulders. And try not to lean back as you pull your arms back. Keep your spine upright and straight. Again, not rushing the moves. Got a few more, 5 more, quite a few on this one. Last 2. Always just getting that little pause at the end here and squeezing. Okay, wonderful. Have your hands face up, bicep curl now. So with a bicep curl, we can add a little bit of abs to it if you choose. But just find a position where your palms are facing up, your elbows are anchored to your waistline. So just like the tricep move, keep between your shoulder and your elbow where they are as you pull the arm up and down to the shoulder. So we'll just start nice and upright there, get a feel for that nice technique. And again. All right. Now for those that want to, lead with the shoulders, lean back a little bit more, straight spines here. Okay, get a little bit more abs if you want to. Just gentle. It shouldn't be really, really strong. But if you're feeling like your back's not up for it today, be up more upright. Good. Put some energy into the biceps. Send that message from the brain as well. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Good work. Okay, pop that band down. Take one leg out straight. Let's go left leg straight and pull that right leg over the left leg there. All right. I want you to take the left arm to wrap around that knee and thigh. Pull it off the floor to the opposite shoulder, being the left, and then turn and twist behind you if you can. Just breathe it out. Just a few more seconds here. And then slowly ease out of that and simply change sides. It's important, if you can, to pull that thigh upwards, the glute leaves the mat a little, and then turn and look away in the opposite direction. And then we're going to come out of this and we're going to go back into our 4-point kneeling position. So slowly come out of that one there for me. Back into your 4-point kneeling position. And I'd like for you to grab a single dumbbell weight and pop it behind the thigh. If you don't have anything there, that's okay. You could scrunch up your bands and put them behind the thigh. But I want there to be a sense of gripping. And once you have gripped that weight, I want you to lift that leg off the floor and find a neutral pelvis. And then from there, press the heel up to the ceiling and then back down. Look a little ahead now at the top of your mat. And no bouncy hips. So again, not going too fast. And don't relax the weight. Shorten the angle between the calf and the back of the thigh. And I've got my zipper. I always say the zipper from the pubic bone up to the ribs, engaging through my core to keep the torso nice and centered. Give me 3 more. 2 and 1. And you can just change sides, okay? Pop it behind the other leg. All right, ready? All right, maintain your neutral spine. Try not to arch the back too much and look ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more, and then we're going to go into a hip flexor stretch. You can put that weight to the side, and then I'll get you to pop one leg forward once you're ready to go, squaring off your hips. Okay, so you can stay in this position here now as we lunge the front knee forward, squeeze that back glute. You can stay in that position. Actually, if you are in this position, my left leg's back, add the left arm up and across to the side. That's quite nice. You can do that. Or if you just want to focus on your hip flexor stretch, bring your hands down. The stronger hip flex stretch is to have that back leg straight. Press the heel back before you sink down. So any of those 3 versions, do what's right for you. We'll do another 10, 15 seconds here and give it some time and space. Breathe. Holy moly, my hip flexors are tight. I think too much sitting at Christmas. I'm so glad we're here today doing this. And you guys should give yourselves a pat on the back as well. All right, let's swap sides. Find your version. I'm going to go through them all again. Okay, lunge the front knee forward. Stay like a banana, be more upright. And if you choose, take the opposite arm to reach up to the ceiling and take it across. Good. We'll go into your deep hip flexor stretch and join me with the straight leg. Pushing the heel back first before you sink the hips. And I want to get just a little bit more into your shoulders before we go. Just a few more seconds here. All right, and slowly ease out of that. Now you can sit on your knees, you could stand, you can sit cross-legged, whatever you want, but I want you to grab that single dumbbell weight that you've got. And I want you to think of sort of like our lucky cat combo, but with internal rotation. Pull your shoulder blade back down behind and start with the palm down, but then bring it up and then down and up. Now again, between the shoulder and the elbow should stay exactly where it is. Little tuffy move through the rotator cuff. You could do it without the weight, and always a sense of a really nice light grip between the fingers and the weight, not grabbing for dear life. 2 more, so roughly about 8. Center the body. I just found myself going off center. And last one. Good work. Change arms. Shoulder blade back and down. All right, ready? Come up nice and light. 1, 2, 3. Great thing I love about Pilates is just rebalancing things that have gotten out of balance during the week. And I really feel like today's workout, we're just trying to achieve all of that. 2 more. And last one. Good. Pop that weight down and then take the arm across and then pull that back. And you should feel a stretch through the back of your shoulder, maybe a little through the front of your shoulder there as well. Just a few seconds there. Breathe it out. Good. And then slowly ease out of that. Change sides. Good. Okay. And then we're going to slowly come out of that and prop ourselves up onto our side for a little bit of inner thigh work. So if you prop yourself up onto your elbow, you can lie fully down, by the way. Bring your front leg forward of the body. Now, it doesn't have to sit really high. It can sit right quite low. It doesn't really matter. And look at the pelvis to make sure it's centered and not rolled back. And now with this bottom inner thigh, can you start to activate it to lift the leg up just a little up and down? If I go too big, my hips are going to start to tilt. Remember, it's the quality of movement. If you've got too bouncy hips, the muscle won't contract as well. Keep going. Feel that shoulder work. Your shoulder gets a bit sore, just lie fully down. Coming up to number 8, 9, and 10. Can you hold here now? Hold and go forward and back of the mat like a pendulum, side to side. Should be starting to fatigue. 2 more. And number 8. Well done. Swap sides. Okay. Kind of like a semi-side plank with that shoulder work. Your bottom leg is straight, remember. Pull up a little through the ribs too. Try not to collapse down there too much. And check out the hip alignment. Ready? Let's go. Lift up. 1, 2, 10 repetitions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the 10th one here, we're going to hold and go forward and back. Just only go the range of movement you can where the hip stays centered. I'm finding this side, it's a little harder to get it behind. A little different. Check in on your shoulder. 2 more. Good. And then slowly ease out of that one. And bring your legs so the knees go sideways, the feet are together. Sit right up onto your sit bones. And then lean forward with your chest to get into those inner thighs. And I'm using my elbows here to press down. Maybe you have trouble getting into that position. You could take your legs out wide and just try to lean. The knees are slightly bent. Just find what works for you. Okay. And work on increasing that range. You breathe it out and reach your chest forward. Good. Just a few more seconds here. And we'll just finish off with the head. The really basic moves, short, not big moves,
just realign everything and get things awake after being a little bit shut off. Again, whether you're sitting or standing, take your hands behind your head. And I want you to have a sense that your eyes are just looking up a little bit. But as we push our head now into our hands into the head, your eyes should now be at eye level. Okay, feel the back of your neck lengthen. Now I'm shaking. So hold this. Good. And then slowly ease out of that. Take your arms to a T, look up, press the arms back and hold it here just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you are all done.